Hello everyone! Welcome to the channel. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe and share this video because today's news is intense and everyone is talking about it. In the entertainment world, a new earthquake has erupted around Yaman. And it's not just another romantic rumor. This time, the blow hits what is most sacred to him: his family. The trigger: what was allegedly said about his mother. According to accounts circulating from people close to him, Can was reportedly left completely stunned after hearing comments attributed to Sarah Bluma about his mother, Guldem Yaman. They say he fell silent, turned pale as if the air had been taken from him, and asked to be alone. The message being repeated is clear. He can endure many things, but his mother is a line no one crosses. Emotional breakdown. Tears in front of the cameras. And here comes the strongest part. It's said that the tension followed him into a public moment. During an interview, faced with an apparently harmless question, his voice allegedly shook. He reportedly went speechless, and his eyes filled with tears. Then, off camera, they claim he couldn't hold it in, and the atmosphere became heavy, as if everyone understood a limit had been reached. Who is Guldem Yaman to him? To understand the scale of the conflict, remember this: his mother has always been his support, the steady figure in his life, especially during difficult stages of his career and complicated personal moments. That's why any disrespect toward her wouldn't be a small thing. For Can, it would be a matter of honor. It's even said he admitted that, for the first time, he felt afraid of himself because of the anger he carried inside. A night of total silence. After what happened, they say he didn't answer calls, isolated himself for hours, and avoided speaking to anyone. Friends describe it as a clash of emotions: deep anger, disappointment, and an inner rupture they had never seen before. The name that returns: Demet Özdemir. And when something like this happens, the past always comes back. In the middle of the scandal, the name Demet Özdemir has started circulating strongly again. Gossip insiders say that Can, comparing different phases of his life, now remembers more clearly who respected his family and who didn't. A phrase he allegedly shared privately is also making the rounds: some people leave, but they leave respect behind. And many interpret it as a jab at the current situation. Sarah Bluma's silence: calm or strategy? Another factor fueling the story is that Sarah has reportedly offered no public explanation. That silence has intensified speculation. Some see it as the calm before the storm. Others think it's a choice meant to avoid worsening the damage. People close to her say she's shaken and asked for time. But for many, her silence hasn't calmed anything. It has only hardened Khan's stance. Did the family step in? It's also said the family entered the scene. According to some accounts, his father, Guldem Yaman, spoke with him at length and told him to think about himself and his family. After that talk, rumors grew that Khan is ready to make radical decisions. Some doors close forever. Here comes an idea that, if true, sounds like a point of no return. A blunt phrase is attributed to him. Something like, "some doors close forever." And it ends with what would be the final blow. He cannot keep walking the same path with someone who doesn't respect his family. Public reaction, support, and suspicion. On social media, a storm erupted. Some support him without hesitation. Others urge caution and say everything may be told from one side only. But the central question is huge. What is the limit when family is involved? It's not love, it's character. And to close, another phrase attributed to Can in private conversations keeps being repeated. This isn't about love, it's about character. Because if you love someone, you know how to respect the family of the person you claim to care about. What now? People talk about major changes, not only ending a relationship, but also closing chapters, reviewing his circle, rethinking projects, and seeking peace. According to sources, he wants one thing: peace. And now, there's only one big question. Will Sarah break her silence? Because if she speaks, it could change everything. Or finally seal that door, which, as many say, is about to close. If you want, I can turn this into an even more YouTube-friendly script. A shorter, sharper hook, more viral phrasing, and an ending with a call to comment to boost retention. Reading these comments about the situation between Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir, it's clear to me that a huge noise has been built around them, often more emotional than real. I see many people tired of what they perceive as invented stories. More lies? Only lies? And honestly, I also feel that part of what's circulating is designed to feed curiosity and hook an audience that wants to believe in a romantic or scandalous version, even without solid facts. That said, focusing on Can Yaman, what stands out to me is how often the same criticism appears about how he behaves publicly. There are comments accusing him of making a mess in front of people, having very low jokes, and even calling certain remarks deplorable. I don't know exactly what was said or in what context, but my impression is that Can sometimes gets himself into trouble because of the persona he projects. Direct, provocative, playing with media attention, and that game can be costly. Because when you're so exposed, any misstep is interpreted as disrespect, and the public punishes you harshly. I also notice a strong contrast. On one side, people blame him for treating Demet badly and say he doesn't deserve her. On the other, there are those convinced there was, or still is, a real, deep, eternal love between them, and that their eyes spoke. Personally, I distrust absolute certainty in matters so intimate. It feels more realistic to think there was chemistry and a story the public idealized, and then each person moved on. The thing is, Can's very intense public image makes people see him as the inevitable protagonist of a big romantic drama, and that turns every move he makes into fuel for theories. And about the why didn't he take the chance before someone else came into his life, I see it this way. People talk as if relationships were simple choices, like catching a train before the door closes. But life doesn't work like that. Still, I understand the emotional point. People demand coherence, maturity, and respect from Can, especially if there was something important with Demet. So if he wants to protect his image, I think the best thing would be to lower the tone, avoid ambiguous jokes, and stop feeding the circus. Because in the end, the damage isn't only to her or the fans, it's to himself, his credibility, and how every word and action gets interpreted.